Welcome, everybody, back to TheDomCast, episode 35, I believe. This is the first podcast of the NBA season. Hopefully, the first of many with my co-hosts, because they are back. Y'all been asking about them all summer. E, the Lakers fan, I believe, and then Rod, the Magic fan, say what's up.
What's up, everybody?
How you doing?
Yes, welcome to the 2020 season. Hopefully some of y'all are happy because y'all were all in the comment section. I was dodging it. It just got awkward during the summer trying to come up with shit to talk about. At a certain point, we were just kind of like staring at each other. So I was like, yeah, let me take this for the last 2 weeks. But already in this first week, there is so much to talk about. I have topics here that, man, we might not even get to because with Kevin Durant gone from the Warriors, this is a very interesting season. There is stuff to watch every single night. I was hoping one of those things would be Zion, but the man is gone for 6 to 8 weeks, they say. The Pelicans, they scheduled the Pelicans for so many national TV games too.
Yeah, I think they played tonight.
Yeah, they played the Mavericks tonight.
ESPN.
I'm heartbroken, bro. I wanted to watch Luka and Porzingis. And,
we're not going to see that.
No, we're not going to see. And I want to see what y'all think about this. So it might be that he misses Christmas because obviously 8 weeks from the time he got injured is like right before Christmas. But I was thinking if he's out that long, do y'all think they're going to bring him back this season?
Well, I have a question. We say 8 weeks, that's fully healed, ready to go, or this?
Well, the range is 6 to 8 weeks. That's the injury, so they could bring him back, in that range. So at worst case scenario,
definitely probably going to be 8 weeks, definitely not 6. I believe.
Yeah, I mean, because so if you're not aware, like Rod said, he watches the Dr. Brian on YouTube. I wish I knew his last name. I'll give him a shout out.
He's really Sutter.
Yeah, Sutter. Yeah, make sure y'all follow him because he breaks down all these injuries. He said that Zion's surgery for the meniscus, I believe it's like what Wade had, right? So they had to remove part of the meniscus, not fix it, which is
I think it's called like a debridement, but you can either search the meniscus back together, sew back together, or you cut a piece out, which is what they did. Yeah. The only thing about when you cut a piece out is that it changes structurally how weight is loaded on your knee. Mm-hmm. So, and he'd given his weight. I don't know.
So this is what Wade had into the Miami, LeBron era?
No,
Wade.
back when he was young, before he was in the league, right? The Wade had that's why Wade had kind of recurrent problems throughout his career. I believe I may be talking bullshit right now, but I'm pretty sure that's what I remember. That's why he kind of gave out a little bit earlier than LeBron. Yeah. So anyways, at Zion's weight and his size, having to remove part of the meniscus and changing
his gait.
Yeah, his gait, everything about the way he plays. First of all, it was just it's too good to be true. We had a football player out there. He was trucking in the preseason. It seems like it was too good to be true. But do y'all think they're gonna bring him back this season though? Because if you get to let's say Christmas, and you know how the West moves. If you out, you out. In the Western Conference. Yeah. I wonder if they're gonna even bother with it this season. To be honest.
Well, the fact that we all believe that they was a playoff team, they're gonna be an 8 seed regardless. And it's a long time investment, so by December, if it look like they got this 10 wins, just shut them down. Shut them down, wait, and start it up next season.
Yeah. How you feel, Rod?
I mean, to be honest, I don't have too much issue with them shutting them down because, for example, Embiid was a real injury prone his first couple of years, and now you don't even think about him being how he was before. You think he's just a healthy player. So I think that I can see a scenario where they do have him play, but I can very easily see them just shutting it down.
Well, yeah. With that being said, you're right, but Zion a little different with his style of play, his size, and his weight.
Yeah, it's unnatural for a basketball player.
I don't mind being 285. He's 7-footer and Embiid. So when you 6'6" and moving like that, and knowing that AD just left your franchise and he's supposed to be the savior, just shut him down.
Yeah, I think if it gets to a point like that, and if they're still, because they still have a pretty decent team now. Yeah, so if it's by December and it's y'all already on the outside looking in, you have to look at it as not you're giving up on the season, but more that Zion is your investment for years and years right now. So it's absolutely no sense, and we've seen it with rookies. They teams don't hesitate to shut down long-term investments like that.
Right.
But okay, so you were just talking though about his weight because I remember me and you were talking. You said you thought he needs to go down. You said was he 285 right now?
He's 285. He's the same size as what's the tallest guy? Boban.
Yeah,
They the same weight, man. He's a big guy. He's big. He's heavier than Steven Adams, man.
That's crazy. A 6'6" frame.
Yeah, well, I'm saying I don't mind. You can still cut some of the weight, but keep your strength.
So what are you thinking though? Like, where do you like to see him playing at?
You could drop 20, 15.
Yeah, I'm thinking like 15, 20.
Yeah,
And he'd still probably be the same. Literally, he'd still be a bulldozer.
That's true. I guess I was just kind of afraid of it because at that 6'6" size and being someone who can't shoot, I'm like, all of his advantage comes from the fact he's big as hell, strong as hell, fast as hell. So I'm like, the weight is an advantage for him. It just is. So, but I mean, at this point with the debridement,
I'm telling you, whether you're 265 or 285, if you get hit, you're gonna feel that.
Right. Yeah.
Especially his speed. It's a truck coming at you. So.
So that can bring us to what did y'all think about him in the preseason? I'm sure like y'all saw highlights, at least if you didn't watch him play. I was standing, so I saw every minute of it. What did y'all think?
No, I thought play-wise he was nice because some people were complaining because one game he got like, even though he shot like 90% from the field, they're complaining because they're all like layups and whatnot. But I'm like, he's doing what works, and he showed he could hit a jump shot on occasion. He did hit a 3 in one of those games, so that there is room for improvement as far as jump shot wise. So I mean, as far as like his overall play, I liked what I saw.
Yeah, same. I guess we expected everything we got. He was anything inside the paint is automatic. Only thing I worry about is shooting outside, but it'll come along eventually.
But I will say this: watching him play was also kind of scary because he's making these aggressive cuts, really fast actions, pivots at his weight, crazy dunks.
The landing you weren't about.
So I was a little scared watching him too. I ain't gonna front.
Yeah, I guess for me, how much I wanted to see him play. I've been wanting to see him play in the league since back in the day, a year ago when he started at Duke. So I was like, I can't wait to see what this turns out to be. And I started seeing the Twitter clips in slow motion of the people. People do all types of breakdowns. Absolutely. And I'm looking at the breakdown of like him taking off on the basket, like when he goes to like dunk or whatever, and the way his foot is and all that stuff. So I was kind of just trying to ignore that. I was just like, just bless this child of God, I guess. Bless this child of God. But it was just preseason, I guess. But still, I think you could tell like he was about to have an amazing like rookie of the year type campaign from that. Yeah. Because the thing that I was saying for people who were saying, oh, it's just preseason, like he's not gonna get smaller next week. Like he's not gonna be smaller. He's not gonna be any less strong. So yeah, it is really disappointing not to see.
So he got injured in practice.
They never were really clear about when the injury technically occurred. Even the coaching staff didn't really know. They said maybe it happened in the Spurs game, but like
there wasn't a moment.
But it wasn't a moment.
Oh, okay, it is.
And the meniscus is like that. Like when D Rose tore his in 2015, we have a moment we guess when he tore it. We don't actually know. Like there's a moment. When
I'm not
because the meniscus isn't like an ACL. Like you can still.
So it's not as severe as ACL.
No. ACL, like, you might be cooked after the ACL.
So meniscus is
okay. So the meniscus, if I can describe it, it's like you might.
Like you have one on like the inner and your outer of your knee.
Okay.
When, your ACL is more like your center.
Right.
Center to like same with ACL.
So the ACL is kind of like a ligament, pretty much, right? And then whereas the meniscus is like the cushion, I believe, between like the bones of your knee or whatever, something like that.
I mean, I'm not.
But it's ACL the worst.
I'm not no.
Yeah, we're not doctors.
But people can have full careers with a meniscus too.
Well, people meniscus is not the worst case scenario. But
that's why you can have yours be snipped and you can still function.
Okay, cool.
It's just you worry about the longevity of your career, especially if you're like Zion, where your style of play is like bang bang. You know what I mean? Right. So if I was like a betting man right now, I would have to bet his career is not going to be all sunshine and flowers like we want. Like this is not how you want to start it. You know what
not
I mean?
at all.
Yeah, you don't want to start it with a torn
injury.
meniscus. Yeah, you don't want to start it with a torn meniscus.
Right.
But,
right.
I mean, it's still a stacked rookie class though, even without Zion. Like that's part of what makes this season so interesting. Is there's something to watch every single night.
Who do y'all have as the rookie of the year now since Zion is out?
If Zion, Zion's not gonna be back for 6 to 8 weeks. That's a chunk. I mean, just from where we are right now, of course, the common names you thought out there is like Tyler Hero or whatever, but don't sleep on like PJ Washington and Charlotte either.
I know you're excited about that.
Bro, he just set a record for 3-pointers in a debut. He had 7 of them, and he's been good since preseason. So you look at names like that. What do you think, bro? And
I mean, just those names. The boy out of Memphis. I mean, I
think
John
Morant.
So,
he's nice. Yeah.
Right.
So I mean, at this point, I can't really. It's kind of because Zion was going to be who I was going to go.
Like nobody thought nobody else.
I didn't even think of nobody else.
Well, that was the crazy thing is like it's such a talented class, but Zion was like the chosen one.
Oh, and also
overshadowed everybody.
Was it his teammate
RJ?
Yeah, RJ had a good game.
He's nice, bro.
Yeah,
RJ's nice. It's like, I was just kind of like whatever because I just care about Zion. But right now it's like Zion.
He looks nice too. So
and Cam Reddish is real quiet right now. On the Hawks.
Quiet.
Yeah, there's not. But whatever, rookie takes time.
Yeah.
RJ Barrett is nice. So yeah, RJ Barrett's gonna. I think this rookie of the year race is gonna be stacked because it's not just like it's going to like one of these guys now that Zion is out. Like there's a lot of good players playing different roles, and it kind of depends. But yeah, I think to answer your question, you could look at someone like RJ as well because of the situation he's in.
Like my two top was RJ and John Morant because what's John Morant? Cause he's a point guard, so he control the game more.
He's gonna get a lot of burns.
And also, absolutely. Memphis is.
They just they what they are right now. Yeah. So he's gonna get a lot of burns.
So he's gonna have a lot more opportunities than some rookies.
Have y'all been paying attention to Kendrick Nunn, the dude who scored 40 in Miami Heat preseason, undrafted? And he had 24 in his first game with Miami.
I heard the ripples of when he scored 40, but I was thinking, I bet, kind of preseason deal. But then when I saw that he had duplicated that or to a similar measure,
I just saw the box score. Like, okay, cool. And I saw.
So I was thinking that I might have to keep an eye.
I think the only person I was paying attention was Winslow. I think he dropped 27.
Yeah, 7 and 7.
But I didn't see the game, so I didn't see how he got.
It's justice.
Yeah, people cooked me. All right, look, man, y'all gonna stop fucking with me about my pronunciation of names. All right, y'all gonna stop fucking with me because I heard his name is spelled Justice. I've heard Justice throughout my life. Rod, have you heard Justice before? Somebody call him Justice Winslow.
I heard Justice.
No, I just heard Justice.
Swear to God,
bro, my middle name is Justice. So the moment I heard him say Justice once,
I just learned that. I had no clue what your middle name was until that. Bro, what's your middle name? Yeah, I had no clue.
Mine spelled with a C, not no S. Not no S.
So that's what I'm saying. Like I showed that to E because everyone was cooking me in my video, and I showed E like how it's spelled because we were at Rollins, and I was like, this says Justice. Whatever. Okay, Justice Winslow. But yeah, Kendrick Nunn is currently on some my career shit. Undrafted out of nowhere, gets burned in preseason, and now he's playing. And him and Tyler Hero, they're both like wing guys, so they're guys. They about to snatch Deion Waiters' minutes. Y'all heard about how he got suspended, right?
Yeah,
he's suspended.
So I think it's team drama. Looks like.
Yeah, I think what it is, he's getting his minutes snatched up by these rookies.
He probably knew that and spazzed out on him, man.
Because Deion Waiters hasn't been decent.
He might get moved at this.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, he had that one good season where he hit like a buzzer beater on the Warriors.
But I'm waiting to see their dynamic because Butler missed the first game with like personal reasons. So you
got a child who's born. Yeah,
I didn't know what the.
Hey, check this out too. This I hate the internet, bro. Because Twitter, I follow one of these news outlets,
right?
And the article says. Internet investigators found out that Jimmy Butler missed his first game because of Instagram model. And so I was getting ready to roast and I clicked on the article and it was just saying that the Instagram model was his baby mom and he was having a kid. What kind of fucking headline is that for?
Crazy.
They just want them clicks. They just want clicks and they got yours.
That is and they got me too. That's some thirsty because when I clicked it, I was about to burn it.
You thought there was gonna be some real drama there.
Yeah, I was like, damn, he done got caught up in an IG model helped him miss the game, and then just she had his kid. I was like, that's a whole ass headline.
That's a whole ass headline, but hey man, next topic.
That's a whole ass headline.
It's a whole ass headline, but I can see how they'll flip it and see the validity of it.
This is no way to flip that, man.
I don't know, man.
Whatever.
Well, like the same as Drake's situation.
I guess, man. I guess.
You know what I mean?
That's
it's not like a Drake situation.
Bro, clickbait is effective because it got me.
I know, I feel you.
Anyways, the Miami Heat have an interesting dynamic there because Jimmy Butler's a wing player, Tyler Hero, Kendrick Nunn, Deion Waiters going to
Is Kendrick Nunn is he he's a wing player on the point guard?
No, I'm pretty sure he's like a shooting guard.
Is Dragic still a point?
Who?
Dragic.
Right now, I believe they have Justice.
Didn't he? I thought he was came off the bench.
Yeah, I think Dragic is coming off the bench and they have Justice at point now because Justice started. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So Justice started. So they have Miami's talented this year.
Waiters out of here then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I ain't know Winslow playing point
because they were experimenting with Winslow at point.
Yeah.
He out of here.
Back half of. of last year. So I guess now they just went ahead and switched to it.
About to send that man Waiters to an expansion team because he has no trade value. Like I don't, because he hasn't been healthy in years. Yeah. And he caught an attitude about that too. That's not a good look for Waiters right now.
I didn't know Winslow playing point.
Yeah, they were experimenting with it in preseason, and it looks like that's what they've gone.
Oh yeah,
with.
I'll be spazzing out too, knowing that my career's over.
Yeah, and so for the start of that game, they were able to start Hero and Kendrick Nunn. I believe. I'm a little bit rushing those details, but the bottom line is Waiters gonna be out of here as soon.
Yeah.
But I see Miami low key, like, you know, because of these developments with these young guys, and on top of Jimmy Butler. In my prediction video, I placed them as a 4 seed. I don't think that's too far.
Yeah, I don't think they get no higher than that for some reason.
Yeah,
I think 4 is good
because they got a good roster this year. They got a good roster. Bam is a good screen setter. That dude who the one with the high flyer, he made a poster in the first game.
Eddie Jones something.
Number 5.
His last name Jones.
I should know his name. Yeah, I'm pretty.
All
sure
he do is like dunk on people. And stuff.
I think it's gonna determine
Earl Jones.
How high they finish in the playoffs is gonna be on how good Butler is gonna be able to kind of rally and get people behind him to make that push.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's in the right place because you see, like, Jimmy Butler has that. We all, the one thing you know about Jimmy, if you don't know anything, is he don't fuck around.
Yeah,
like,
he don't take no mess.
And here the Miami Heat are. They said they didn't let James Johnson in the training camp because he wasn't in shape. Like they straight up.
He's still on the roster, right?
James Johnson.
Yeah,
he's on the roster as far as I know. But they straight exiled him from camp because
he
wasn't in shape.
Yeah, they said nah, not today.
Yeah, he was like he ain't pass a training regimen. They suspend Waiters, so he's in the right environment. I know this summer we were like, why would you go to Miami if you're trying to contend? But
Pat Riley's always been no mess.
Yeah, right. And they got a good rookie, so I'm looking forward to Miami season. I think that's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
So since we're kind of like on that Eastern Conference topic, Kyrie Irving hit 50 the other night in a loss.
I saw your post said, "Do you even love us?"
Did you ever love us, Kyrie? Right?
Hilarious.
And it was a bad look. It was a bad look because here I am. You know, you got Kemba and Kyrie's debuts on the same night, and
Kemba have like 12
points. The man shot like 10% or something.
The Celtics game was kind of rough to watch.
And ESPN, whoever was broadcasting that Celtics game, disrespectful asses, put the debuts next to each other during the game. So they had like Kemba,
of course,
like 3 for like 18 or some shit, and Kyrie with like 50 points. But anyways, I'll get to the point I was talking to you about before the pod in a minute. But where do y'all see the Nets though without KD this year? Because Kyrie is already in that like I gotta score mode, obviously.
Well, yeah, I still have him as high as the third, lowest is the fifth.
Oh, so you have him as high as third. I didn't have him that.
It's
high.
that range. It's between three positions.
I mean, I still think they're gonna be kind of middle-ish, but they're making the playoffs. I mean,
in the East.
So you look at the bottom half. They better than all the bottom half teams. So
I think so. Yeah, they're a good team. I was saying that with the MVP race this year, it's going to be interesting because I think it's less about like the players themselves and like the role they're in. So this year, like so many people have duos where they're going to be sharing votes and sharing shots, like
straight cannibalism.
Yeah, whereas like Milwaukee, you just got straight. I mean, they have a good team, but Giannis is the man.
It's not a second starter.
Yeah, he already got a triple double right now in his first game. Then Kyrie is going to have to, you're gonna have to go all season to get that team where they need to be because he's a big part of that. He came in and replaced Russell. Then you got Steph over there who doesn't have great defenders anymore. Teams are going to be keying in on him. I think it's going to be kind of hard.
But at the same time, like there's besides
Draymond,
not Draymond, D'Angelo. There's no other scoring. So like
we were talking about you got 50 coming from the backcourt, and after that you looking
crazy.
Around.
Yeah,
that's literally what happened. Like he had 30, D'Lo had 20. Draymond had like 11, then I don't know who the rest of these people are.
Yeah, you get like so that's the thing is like Jordan Poole is the rookie. He's a decent player, but it's like the problem is you don't have guaranteed points coming from anybody besides Steph and D'Angelo every night, and then their defense is not that good either, and it's not going to be that good.
I watched some of the game, and they'll leave Draymond open.
Yeah,
because Draymond have no offense.
Yeah, not really. It's for some reason like in 2016 he had like offense. He could shoot pretty easily.
I don't know.
Backpack got heavy, man. Backpack got heavy, bro.
I don't know what happened.
Got too many books in that motherfucker. I don't know.
You used to be able to just hit a shot, but now you just open.
So the thing that happens with the Warriors is it's not even just the Warriors. You get this with fans of teams, right? The season is early. It just started, and everybody. When it's not a desired result, the first thing they say is it's the first game, right? It's early. It's the first game. My problem with that is I think that's not applicable across the board. I think there's times where it's like, yeah, it's just the first game, like the Lakers playing against the Clippers. The Lakers are a little bit janky right now.
Game to me, baby.
Yeah,
when you say first game, I can use that as excuse for people missing shots, stuff like that.
Yeah, but not knowing the sets perfectly.
But I'm talking about like your mindset to the game, your decision making. Things like that.
The things we expected.
Things like that, like being aggressive, stuff like that. Like that's kind of like whether you're hitting shots or not, you can still have that.
Right. And so I bring that up because my whole thing is like, okay, we look at Golden State. This is not just it's a first game problem. The scoring is quite questionable. We knew this from the summer, right? Like the whole narrative around the Warriors has been they got to survive without Klay to make the playoffs this year. We don't even know if he's coming back now. I don't know if y'all saw Steve Kerr's comments. I should have sent it to the group, but he seemed like not a broken man in the press conference last night, but like, oh shit, like we
this is our reality.
Yeah.
We're living in a fantasy.
Right? He basically just acknowledged like the last few years been easy. We had an all-star team. Like I got to be like we regular now.
Right. I have to coach.
Right. I don't disrespect Kerr like that, bro. He made important changes to the Warriors, but whatever. But yeah, that's not first problem.
But the thing is, I think the Warriors situation is different compared to other people saying it's one game because we knew that losing KD, losing Klay, and then obviously the bench was already shaky from the get go. So we knew that there was going to be issues, and then going up against a superior team in the Clippers, even without Paul George.
Yeah,
and we knew they were going to have issues. So
there's a large amount of people that really thought Curry gonna have like this Harden type season where he's like dropping 40 every night. Maybe that still can happen, but some people thought he'd have a better performance last night, I guess, even with the defense.
Yeah, the thing with stuff is it's like I actually tapered my expectations because the first thing that happened when KD left is I'm like, yep, return to super stuff. Like that's what we all want, right?
Yeah.
But then the roster fills out, and when I got to my predictions for the Warriors season, I was like, all right, let's chill for a second because a lot of 2016 was his teammates all knew where to be on the floor. They were all great.
He still had Klay there.
Yeah, you still had Klay. That's big. Like that's a big thing right there. Right. So even if Steph does end up averaging like 30 points, you shouldn't be expecting like damn near 50% from the field on this roster.
Right.
Yeah, that counts.
It's not gonna be. There's literally magic on the court.
Yeah,
literally everyone was ready. Like you said, everyone was ready to be. Yeah. Everyone was committed to the offense. Everyone knew their roles. But
some of these dudes are rookies right now.
But outside of Steph,
the backcourt,
and Draymond, everyone else is just kind of
even Draymond is limited on offense, and the backcourt is limited on defense. So
but everyone else is still trying to figure out, kind of what's going on.
They're young. They're a bunch of young guys. Like it's gonna be a minute for them to figure. And in the West, you don't have time to figure stuff out if you don't figure it out.
It's gonna be a war every game in the West.
So that leads me to believe Klay is probably gonna miss the whole season because
it shut him down.
They might not even be in position. Yeah. But back to the first game thing. So that's the same thing people are using for the Clippers. Oh, it's just the first game. It's early. My guy, the Clippers are what we thought they were. Like we pegged this out from midseason when they had all the defensive players, when they had the depth, when we saw the versatility in shooting. This is just what we thought. Yeah. And they don't have PG yet. They look crazy. They like how did you? Because you were the victim of that. You were a Lakers fan. How do you feel? Because it's bad. You're the battle of LA. You're in this. So this is all.
First of all, I thought LeBron had a better performance.
Right.
I really thought AD and LeBron with that supporting cast can still hold his own. But I guess it was, again, I don't want to use it, but it's the first game.
Okay, but for y'all, it's valid.
Yeah, it's the first game. That's not, LeBron.
Because my thing with the Lakers is that I didn't, besides AD and LeBron, I guess missing Kuzma kind of hurt because no one else was.
You had Green. You had Green.
But I mean,
I know what you mean.
But those are like
right.
I'm talking like
someone that can have score on their own.
Right.
And also, Green ain't gonna hit that many threes.
No, we ain't gonna see Green like that every game.
Yeah.
I just fit on point. I wasn't expecting LeBron just to have 18 and 8 or something like that.
I was expecting a better fourth quarter.
Yeah, between the two, they only scored 2 points in the second half. I mean, fourth quarter. And again, it's one game. I don't want to use the same narrative that people are saying, but I can't hop off and get crazy off.
Well, yeah, because for the Lakers, see, there's a difference, right? With the Warriors and stuff like that, that's structural problems. With the Clippers, you can say like we knew what they were already. But with the Lakers, they're trying new stuff. LeBron at point guard, Kuzma's not in the lineup,
and everybody knew Clippers had a better supporting cast,
right?
Yeah. I just wish LeBron didn't say it's not a rivalry this one game. I wish he would be more aggressive.
Well, that's all the stuff they have to say to the media. You know, they play it. They know damn well. Like, you seen LeBron look
like they were booing the home team.
Yeah, like come on, this is more than just a game.
But yeah, we all know Clippers gonna be dangerous this year.
It is absolutely hype too. That bad. The game was like a high school like championship type game atmosphere. Like it was an insane atmosphere. But I'm just looking at this Clippers team. Like once Paul George gets back, like
and KCP is trash. Let's get that out the way.
That KCP slander was crazy. And you know what's crazy about the KCP thing is he's one of the players that's been working with Lethal Shooter. You know on Instagram. Yeah. So like I don't know. Somebody's. I don't know.
Messing up that man's reputation, man.
Right. Because I'm sure he'll probably fall out of rotation if he has many more.
Yeah, when Kuz come back, he'll go to the back of the line.
Yeah. I don't know if you all saw the article with the Lakers. They were saying that LeBron at PG is going to be short-lived during games. They're actually going to be putting Rondo at point guard like regular. That's interesting because I've never really liked Rondo and LeBron on the floor at the same time. That doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, based off the time they did share the game, it wasn't like a good numbers.
Yeah, and like Rondo's not
just their style of plays just don't really mesh. I mean, in my opinion, don't really.
Well, I think the reason they're doing it because I guess LeBron had too many responsibilities as point trying to feed everybody. Okay, at one point in the game, his whole goal was to feed AD and it became predictable, and people started.
And I think that came back and got them in the game too. Like the fact that for the first like quarter or two, they straight just AD post up.
Yeah,
like you can get 50 points off of AD post up. That's not gonna be enough to win the game.
Absolutely.
And things like that in the game matter. People's rhythm, if they're just sitting in the corner getting cold and stuff like that. Things like that matter. So all that is stuff like they're gonna learn how to play together. LeBron and Wade didn't click after one game. LeBron and Curry. All that's gonna take time. The Battle of LA is very interesting. Going to be one of the more interesting things this season. We're going to take a commercial break right now because I have to attend to something. We're going to come back and we have many more topics coming up. I don't have a sponsor. I don't have a sponsor here, so like I don't have a good transition. But
you need time to go. You know, some better.
All right, so picking right back up where we left off with no sponsor. We were talking about the Battle for LA. And I was actually asking you this before the game, Eric, and obviously you in this too, Rod. Is this the year that you think Kawhi is officially going to overtake LeBron as the best player? Because Kawhi obviously still load management, even if he can't miss games. Like last night, I think he only played in like the 20s of minutes probably.
Played 23, 25 minutes.
Yeah, and in the first game, but still in the first game, he was dominant against the Lakers. And he's dominant whenever he's on the floor. LeBron's going to be sharing with AD clearly. I saw people calling LeBron washed after the first game. I saw this.
It's a hot take. Yeah, some people trolling.
People just say what they want to say.
Yeah, no, it's hot takes for no reason. But do you think this is the year though? Do you think this is the year where we look at? Because I see a lot of Kawhi Leonard is the best player on the planet, continuing from last year what he did in the playoffs. People are continuing that right now and saying, he's the best.
I think it's a possibility because I'm not sure what year it is for LeBron now. 17.
Yeah.
I mean.
Probably 35.
That's a lot of basketball, and going to be 35. So I mean, you can only sustain the kind of play that he has for so long. Father time is going to come eventually. So it's not a matter of if; it's more of a matter of when.
Yeah, everybody's human.
So I don't know if it's going to be this year, but I think.
Well, I believe it's this year because what happened last year. You just don't skip a season. I believe because the narrative's already been started, and plus. Only fault in his game is the playmaking, what he's doing now. He averaged he had a career high 9 assists. So that's the only thing LeBron had to definitely over. Kawhi is the playmaking. So when he get the playmaking going, they're gonna close that gap. But I believe, yes, people are gonna say this is the year that he takes over, especially if he have the season that we all think he's gonna have with the Clippers. He would eclipse LeBron.
And I'll say his playmaking and court vision is never going to be like as good as LeBron's was. Because LeBron's like on some like Magic type level, Magic and Larry type level. But I see what you're saying though, because he's a superstar two-way player, superstar on both ends.
Yeah,
of the
that's
floor.
the only thing that people say he don't have. LeBron is the court vision. He'll never get that, but if he can dish the ball a little more, it will close that little area he lacks in.
Even though it was one game, I'm just used to seeing LeBron when he's playing be like. Clearly better than his than his competition,
right?
Effortlessly,
and being heads and shoulders,
and also
in all departments. But besides playmaking, And Kawhi was right there.
Right.
So.
And also, they're gonna be games where AD gonna be the vocal point on offense. And it's gonna be more games AD gonna be the vocal point to Lakers than Kawhi's not. So that might also help the narrative for why Kawhi's better, because you have AD over there. He might be dropping 30 and 12.
And I guess that's where people will say wait till the playoffs, because I guess the idea is that during a lot of the season they'll be trying to save LeBron by playing through AD, and then so they'll say let's get to the playoffs, and then that's where LeBron will really like activate zero.
If that works in the West, then yes. If you can take days off.
Well, I don't mean conserve him and take it off, but I mean like not be like the full out LeBron that we've always seen.
Okay.
I mean like that.
Yeah. It's pop. Yeah, that's true.
Right.
But don't like do resting day. Like, nah, fam.
Yeah. It's always a very interesting dynamic with Kawhi, talking about him being the best player, just because we were talking about this earlier. He's not flashy. Sometimes he cooks up like 32, 36
you
points.
Think he's like a Tim Duncan wing?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, right. He's the wing. He's a small forward version of Tim Duncan, because he cook up like 34 points and like
quietly
doing the same exact move over and over and not saying nothing about it. So you don't realize it. But yeah, it's a good year for him because KD's not playing, so he's not obviously in the conversation right now.
And Giannis disqualified himself based off what happened in the playoffs. Nah, he couldn't get past.
He disqualified himself. I mean, it's a new year.
Well, I'm saying that's why it was between them two last year.
Yeah.
But when he didn't, the whole debacle.
I mean, it was like Giannis, Harden, and
no, I think it's.
best player.
I think he's talking about how he
how
lost.
Giannis went out,
how he lost,
right.
because he just lost.
It's a new season, right? But people got Kawhi ahead of both of them right now because of that.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty well understood right now that Kawhi is a better player than Giannis.
Yeah.
I saw this actually on Twitter. I think before Rod came. Did you see when Giannis airballed 3 last night and then Harden ducked? Harden ducked. Yeah, they said he'd been saving that in the draft since the MVP votes.
Right.
Yeah.
But he hit it like a couple threes. I think
during the
Giannis.
preseason, Giannis did.
Giannis just that last game. He hit a couple threes.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I saw.
Yeah. The air ball was crazy, but he hit like 2 threes or something.
Right.
The fact that he hitting them is good enough for me.
Yeah. So so that's Kawhi, that's Giannis. We've pretty much gotten a good way through Battle for LA. They are going to meet 3 more times, I assume.
You know the strangest thing about that greatest debate is that like KD offense alone, his scoring ability put him in that conversation, even though he's not as well defender as Kawhi Leonard, and he don't have the court vision of LeBron. The fact that his scoring ability all put him in that conversation. Yeah,
because he's like 7-foot shooting guard, like with supreme shooting guard skills.
He's one of the few people whose height went up.
Yeah.
Right.
So like, with that supreme.
I understand that this height thing. Like nobody played barefooted. Why?
Well, yeah, they got the official measurements of players this year. So
Dwight's not 6'9". I'm not trying to hear that. Dwight's not 6'9".
Because when they play, they wear shoes. So
and I'm saying like, why are you using those heights?
I guess it's just interesting to know. Know for sure because we've always suspected. Like I know that we used to suspect Kevin Garnett was actually 7 feet tall, right?
Yeah,
he was listed as
Well, he said he didn't want to play center. That's why he told him he was 6'11".
Yeah, the whole measurement thing has been weird. Moving on, I guess back to rookies, because we're pretty much done with Battle for LA. There's nothing else to add to that right now. I'm not sure when the next game is. I'm pretty disappointed because we were talking about rookies at the beginning and how interesting of a class this is. And like it's interesting, and we haven't even gotten to see Michael Porter Jr. play yet.
Right.
As a matter of fact, he's actually buried on the Nuggets bench. I didn't get that. I thought during the preseason they were playing him some useful minutes. So I thought they were going to bring him in as a good like backup wing. He's that type of talent that it doesn't seem like you look at the box score, it says 0 minutes because your team is just that deep.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's looking at the moment like the Nuggets are going to make him earn it in garbage time and practice time. Yeah, what are your thoughts about MPJ? Because he redshirted last year, basically.
I mean, you just got to factor in that it's where the Nuggets went last year.
Yeah.
And how they kind of kept what they had together. So I think he's going to have to fight and dog it out for minutes.
Yeah, same. They were the second best team in the West. They got to
prove yourself.
1 through 12, 13 is good.
Yeah, that's a bad situation for him because the Nuggets are like an actual they're one of the teams that when you say depth and deep teams in the league, like the Nuggets are up there when you think about, especially at the wing position. Like they got people coming in the game. They just have so many people for that position already.
Who do they play?
They play
Portland.
They played Portland.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe when they put like a weaker team, he gets some more PT.
But I think is I don't think they're gonna try. They're not gonna sacrifice what they've already done or the chemistry that they had to try to get him minutes.
Yeah, and plus his health record is not good either.
Well, yeah, he's actually. I don't know if you guys know this. You watch Brian, so you probably know MPJ is actually wearing like a brace. I think it's called drop foot. You seen Brian talking about that? Yeah, he's actually wearing a brace for. Do you know what it's for exactly?
I think drop foot's a condition that can develop when you have like it's a symptom from like when you have like back issues, which is what he had. Yeah. So it could be like it's like a result of that.
I heard his family got poor health issues too, like injuries.
Really?
Yeah, like his whole family is like brittle.
It's in the genes, I guess. It's passed on.
So maybe they being cautious with him.
Granted, he didn't play, so I don't know if he still has the brace on.
Yeah, he does. He's wearing it all preseason. Like, he's wearing it.
Where it's on his back or his leg?
His leg. It's like evens out your height, I guess.
Yeah, that's some crazy shit, man.
Like the brace is on your foot, and then like wraps around like. You're like,
nah, man. Yeah. With that being said, leave him on the bench. I don't want this man falling on the court, man.
Yeah, and Brian was saying, I saw him on Twitter saying, like, he was afraid he might like break during the game or something like that. There's been players that have been successful with it, I guess.
That's
before.
Crazy, bro.
But to alleviate his issues, that is something that he's dealing with at the moment. And it's a terrible situation because like last year he might have been a number one overall pick if he wasn't injured. And so now he's playing for a team that's was second seed last year, and they have their rotation set. Right. So that's the whole point about talented players going to piss poor teams. They get to prove themselves. They get to have the minutes.
I do believe when they get to like the playoffs, you might need someone to give you some type of points if you need to on the bench besides Beasley.
But my thing is that if you ain't gonna play him in the regular season, why are you gonna play him in the playoffs?
I don't know. I'm just throwing anything out there.
It's just the first game, but I was surprised. Like he didn't.
I didn't know he had like some back brace.
The foot brace. Yeah, it's just. Here I am. It's just the first game.
Right.
Yeah, it's the first game. Like, I just didn't think he was going to play 0 minutes or whatever. I thought he was going to get at least 3 or 4 minutes, but they didn't even bring him in. So, I will continue.
Even Fultz got minutes on the Magic.
Oh, yeah. You did say you can bring up Fultz for him.
Yeah, you got it out of Rod. You got to bring up the Fultz.
Yeah. Did you watch the first Magic game, Rod? Did you watch Fultz debut?
Yeah, I watched it.
What did you think of Fultz? Because I didn't get to see that whole thing.
I think he had like 10 points.
12. I saw
12.
that, yeah. Good amount of assists, like 4, I believe.
I think his shots still need some work. But he did hit a couple jumpers, but it's fun. But he's being aggressive towards the rim. And
he looked confident.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. That dunk, I like that confidence.
As far as like his demeanor, is way different than when he was
anything what he did that other day is better what he did in Philly. So it's a plus.
I got a friend that's a Sixers fan. He hit me up about Markelle, and I was like. He told me, he was like, he did this for us already. That's what he said. Because apparently he had some flashes in Philly. Like,
that's true.
A couple of games.
He had like a triple-double.
But I was like, I know y'all hope he don't turn it into anything. Because y'all used the first pick on him. Like, I know y'all hope he busts right now. Where is he in y'all rotation? Does he not starting?
Right now, the Magic rotation is kind of wild.
They're trying to figure it out.
Like, the thing is that they played like 10 dudes last night. But the problem is that the 10 dudes they played were all dudes I knew. Like by name, so I'm trying to figure out what they're gonna do with the actual rotation.
Right.
Is Augustine still starting point guard?
He's still starting.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think Markel's gonna. DJ been starting for a minute, so I don't think Markel's just gonna take that.
And they still living off that Toronto win, so they gonna have him starting for a while.
A Toronto game winner in the playoffs. Speaking of that, do y'all have the Magic in the playoffs? I put them at AC. I think they can do.
I had them at 8 but I like what Rose was doing. And Drummond.
Oh, you talking about Pistons?
There's either Pistons and the Heat. Pistons and the Magic I had at bottom. Mm-hmm. But if Drummond continue to and Rose, have some glimpses of old Rose.
I say Rose averaging 20.
And Blake is coming doing what he does. They're going to be fighting for that
Blake
shit. Nah, he's injured.
He's 5 games already.
What happened?
Something like hamstring
and knee soreness.
So that was.
I don't know what he did in all season. I don't know.
That was literally my reasoning. Like in my Eastern Conference prediction video, I absolutely said, like word for word, I was like, because the Magic and the Pistons, they were all back there for the 8 seed.
Right.
And I was like, I would not put my money on the Pistons for anything because it depends. 2 of they, big rotation players are Derrick Rose and Blake Griffin.
You said it, ESPN.
Yeah, right? Like I posted a video and it's like, Blake Griffin to miss 5 games. So, I wish health on them. I love Blake Griffin and his development and D Rose. I'm rooting for him to hit 23 points a game this season. He's already right there for these first 2 games.
But yeah, I'm confident Magic will make it if Pistons do have these injuries.
Yeah, even without it, I mean, I was looking for the Magic development because of Jonathan Isaac and retaining Vucevic. They didn't lose anything.
I still say, I mean,
Isaac got to do something.
I was gonna say Magic gonna make it, but my big thing was that I think that the team is more or less the same, but I think the players have developed. So I think that.
Well, again with Dom, Isaac must do a big improvement this year. He must show some type of improvement.
Right.
I'm big on Isaac.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for with him. What do y'all think about the possibility of a Derrick Rose All-Star appearance in the Eastern Conference this year? Because he's hooping right now. Man, it's hooping.
It's the East.
I think it's 2 games.
I think the NBA is better with a better Rose.
Obviously,
yeah. That should be like it's
not even the question.
Because right now, just in these first 2 games and in preseason too, like I don't count anything with preseason, but I like to see what I see on the floor as far as confidence, the way they're moving, and he's looked good all preseason. He's come in these first 2 games, and he's off the bench, scoring nearly 20 points already just in these first 2 games. I don't believe they're going to start him over Reggie Jackson just because of his health, probably. I don't think D. Rose is going to get
I saw one shot from Reggie Jackson where...
You talking about last night when he stepped back? And that shot, I posted that.
That was you, okay.
Because I didn't understand, the whole floor was open.
Right.
It was a one-on-one.
Right.
And he did a James Harden sidestep.
Right. And he didn't do nothing, man.
And that shit hit the side of the rim. And I heard Pistons don't have a great relationship with Reggie Jackson apparently.
Right. But I guess it's good to have him around for Rose's sake.
Well, yeah, because you can't trust. I mean, I love Rose. I'm cheering for him. 20 points a game this season, All-Star. I want it, but I would not be surprised if something comes up, ankle.
Right.
Absolutely would not be surprised at any of that. But yeah, he's taking his opportunity with Blake Griffin.
It'd be crazy rolling the All-Star game.
Well, I would cry.
For real, man.
I would absolutely cry right now because it's been since 2012 since he made the All-Star game.
Yeah. So
that would be one of the more miraculous things in NBA history because I don't think it's ever been that much of a break between a player 7 years.
The Hall of Fame talks coming back. Hall of Fame talks coming back.
That's an interesting one. I mean, we don't really need to discuss evergreen topics right now, but if Rose was an All-Star this season, he's Hall of Fame then, right?
Especially I would say that especially if next season he's had the same type of impact.
I know, I'm just saying this season, just All-Star appearance this season does that solidify him as a Hall of Fame because he already got the MVP and multiple.
He had 5 All-Star. Did he make 5?
Oh, I don't think he was there that long. No, Rose probably got 3 All-Star appearances.
Because I think
you need 5.
Thinking on research,
you need 5?
It's you need 5.
Well, not if you have an MVP. You don't need 5.
So 4 should be fine then.
Yeah, because he got I'm
MVP
right
now. 20 All-Star selections.
That's okay. So he has 3 All-Star appearances right now.
4, okay.
So that would make 4 in the MVP. That's absolutely a Hall of Fame.
Right.
There's some people
might finish the season with 20 points per game.
There's people in the Hall of Fame that I'm trying to figure out how they got in the Hall of Fame.
Right. Half of the Boston Celtics 60 players. I don't know.
But you start looking up people's stats and you start scratching.
JoJo White, come on. Baby.
So moving on to the Western Conference. So the Warriors, I don't know what's up with Steve Kerr. He said one moment he was Clay not coming back. Then he was oh, maybe he will. So I guess we're just going to have to wait to see. But in the event, because I had the Warriors at 8 seed, I'm pretty sure y'all did too. In the event they don't make it, who do y'all have replacing them in the Western Conference this year? Because that slides them out. That slides the team out.
That's the only team that's not in
who's the
last year?
Who's the 8 that we have right now?
Okay, so the 8 we would have right now. My 8 was the Rockets.
Who 8 last year?
Doesn't matter.
I don't know. Just no order is the
let him list
first. Go ahead.
Yeah, in no order I had the Spurs, Rockets, Clippers, Lakers, Jazz. I had the Warriors, that was 6, the Blazers, and the Nuggets. So that's my 8 right now.
Mavs.
Well, the Mavs can make a move.
The Mavs
the only team.
They the only team?
I don't believe in Kings.
You don't believe in them like that. Yeah.
Especially Bagley broke his
he broke his thumb. Yeah, he fractured.
He got injured again.
So he's out for 4 weeks.
And they dropped 29 against the Suns. Dropped 29 on him, so I'm good on him.
Yeah, no, Bagley was a big part of what the Kings were doing. And he's already out for a month. That. So a month for one of your more important players in the West.
What's wrong with Hill? Nothing.
Who?
Hill.
Oh, Hill just he tweaked his ankle. I think he'll probably still be playing. All right, cool. But yeah, Bagley was probably a big part of that.
I'm with Mavs.
I'm pretty much team Mavs too. The only reason I didn't have the Mavs on there is just because, again, not making the playoffs in the Western Conference is not a slight against your team. Like, you could probably win 50 games this year and maybe not make it. So
yeah, that's just how it is.
If the Mavs were 50-32, like, that don't assure them anything by the end.
Right.
My main thing with the Mavs is just after Porzingis and
Luka,
like who there?
They got a decent team actually, bro. They got a decent team actually.
To be honest, I don't know who they squad.
Yeah, I just know they got a decent team. I couldn't run you all the names right now because I knew during the summer, watch them in the preseason, but I watched them play a little bit too. There? Yeah, Seth. That's what I'm saying. See, they got some names. Dorian Finney-Smith. Right? I don't know. Bronson.
This name random. Like I don't know what it is.
They got Boban.
Okay, Boban.
Yeah, the Mavs are decent, bro. They got decent. It's not just like Luka.
Is he starting? That's a crazy. That's a tall.
Oh no, he's not starting. Hell no.
Oh, okay.
He's not a starter in today's league.
Okay.
Not because you can't do that.
Pace is too fast.
But they bring him in though for like some crucial minutes. Like he provides always. So I would actually be disappointed if it wasn't the Mavericks this year. Actually, cause I want to see Luka and Porzingis like get this rolling. Like I want to see this because
a little Dirk and Nash.
That's a ultra talent. Like I was when we were waiting on Rod, I was watching the highlights. Like that is an ultra talented duo. Like Luka is already moving up. Like from. Oh yeah, and I was gonna ask you that, but
chill. Chill,
no, not Hall of Fame. I wasn't gonna ask for Hall of Fame. Although Luka already does have like the resume, so like if he get like almost anything, damn it, he'll be in the Hall of Fame. Right. But yeah, you weren't high on Luka last year.
I'm saying chill, nigga. Look at it. I know I was wrong, B.
B and you were saying like, yo.
I knew I was wrong. All right, move along.
I just wanted to know what changed. If it changed, because we hadn't reconvened.
Because me and Dom were on the same page
man.
Day one.
Because you were like, who's this? You were like, who's this Luka?
I was never high on foreign players. That's all I'm saying.
You just like he
got the same accolades Ricky Rubio. I'm just saying. Overseas.
No, he had way more.
All right, cool. I was wrong on Luka. All right, can we get past this, man?
So you think he's like dope as fuck?
Yeah, he's dope. Man. All right, move on.
Because he was already getting MVP chance in the game in the first game. Okay. Yeah, he was already getting MVP chance.
He's nice, man.
Yeah, Luka is nice. Porzingis looks like he's recovered pretty nicely from that ACL.
Right.
Yeah, he's athletic, but obviously he's not like, so dependent on something like that, like Rose was with the ACL. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, I only see Mavs making that eighth. I don't believe in Kings, Pelicans, especially without Zion.
Yeah, that's who I had. I think that was what got me to 10 was looking at like the Pels, and who am I forgetting right now? Because the Pels, I definitely had them fighting for a playoff
Grizzlies?
spot. No.
I don't know then. Grizzlies, Suns, Pelicans, Mavs, Kings.
Well, the Suns ain't.
So like that brings us to the Suns.
You had Spurs in your spot.
Yeah, I have the Spurs there, yeah. So that brings us to the Suns. Deandre Ayton suspended for a damn near a third of the season, bro. Third of 25 games.
Yeah,
they dubbed him, bro.
So whatever hope they had,
so they didn't really necessarily have playoff hopes this year. Nobody thought the Suns were going to make the playoffs. But I think what's more significant here is like they're going to lose like a big chunk of like development time. Right. That's crucial to keeping a player like Devin Booker.
Right.
Because like they just about to get dubbed up for like the next 25 games basically. Like Ayton is it's gonna be Booker out there running around.
Ricky Rubio.
He's gonna put up high points, but he's gonna lose.
Yeah, same as always. And what year? So that's Devin Booker just signed a contract.
He just signed his contract last year.
4 year, but I don't know how long ago that was.
Yeah, I mean we all know like
he probably at least 1 year. What's his second year in that contract?
There's at least 2 years left on it.
Yeah, at least I looked that up while we were talking.
You think he gonna ask for trade?
No, I saw people saying that. But no. But this is the type of like fuckery that leads to that down the road because like they can't even build right now without Ayton. Like those are the two franchise cornerstones. And I wonder how that happens as NBA players. Like, obviously, we're never going to know whether Ayton did this on purpose or not. Because the whole thing was for those of y'all listening, if you don't know, it's a diuretic. Diuretic flushes your system. So normally, like people trying to lose water weight or whatever, they'll do that.
Nah.
But the NBA is like, you might have been trying to flush like PED out your shit. So,
straight steroids pissing it out.
Yeah. So, and who was it on the Magic that got caught up like this? Was it Lewis or Hedo? I can't remember.
I think it was Lewis, Rashard Lewis.
Right. So
I forget what he did.
It was some kind of like.
It was something like where he just got hit.
Yeah. And that makes it interesting because like people always like suspect certain NBA players to be on like PEDs, but then you see the NBA come down hard like this, and you like, do y'all think that's a thing? Because the NBA like Don't fuck off about this. That's 25.
Is it random drug test?
Yeah, random test. Yeah.
Okay.
That was the joke. People were saying the Suns won one game, and they like, nah, come here.
Yeah, right.
They won their first game by blocks. They were like,
right,
nah,
yeah,
like,
yeah, piss in his cup.
I think you could put. I think it's safe to assume you probably put random in quotation marks most of the time. But
yeah.
But
I mean, like, do y'all think NBA players? Like, do you think NBA players dabble in PEDs like that? Because the NBA, they don't.
Well,
fuck
apparently
around.
they don't like meth and stuff, according to Tyreek Evans. But I don't think so because
I mean, I think they don't care about weed, definitely.
Because T-Mac said he thought about it when he was like
yeah,
trying
he
to
was in
get
pain or something.
when he was trying to get back and he couldn't, handle the fall. He was like,
I don't believe so. I know NFL do because that's a crazy sport, but I don't think NBA players know.
really, NFL actually, like they have the I don't follow the NFL at all.
I think they got a higher chances of that because of the type of sport they play, man.
Getting trucked every week. Like,
Yeah, you gotta. Yeah.
I mean,
But I think it's more drugs
NFL
than
is a
PEDs.
completely different animal, though.
Yeah.
So that's an unfortunate situation for Ayton. We were talking about Booker's contract. Booker is actually under contract until 2024.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
When he will then be, he still won't be that old.
Yeah, he's
by then.
super
about
young.
28. Yeah. So damn, man. So we
he
get,
out right when his prime come.
in all likelihood, like if he's not gonna force his way out of Phoenix anytime soon, we're about to watch him. I don't want to say.
Empty stats,
huh?
Empty stats.
Like I hate that for young players. Like when I'm looking at Cat, right? Like Cat guy's like MVP level of skill, but because he's in Minnesota, it's just kind of like you're just putting the ball in the hoop every night. Like that's it. There's no meaning behind it. But man, with Booker, it's like I think he'll be cool. He got 35 M's coming in 2024. So
yeah, it's by itself. Like
yeah, unfortunate situation for
depression bias. Like this by stuff make himself feel better with this record he got.
Right. So yeah, that is most of the topics. We are at 50 minutes here. We covered a lot. Do y'all have any more topics that y'all would like to bring forward? Anything else interesting that you saw during? Like one of the interesting thing I was wondering is I guess when I tried to share League Pass with y'all and y'all could watch the Bulls more. Like I wonder about the Bulls. Me and Eric were talking about before you got here. Like they're so talented, as far as like talented players, but they already got dubbed by the Hornets. They already got dubbed in the first game. Right. Like I wonder about them. Like how you got Zach LaVine, Lauri Markkanen, and Wendell Carter. But like I wonder, I just wonder what I'm missing with them. You know what I mean? So that's. Is
it? How is the coaching with Coach
Jim
Carter?
Boylan. It's Jim Boylan. Right?
I thought Coach Carter.
Coach Carter. Who?
What the crazy drills he was doing? They said he Coach Carter.
they were like, "What we doing?" This?
I hadn't heard that story.
Yeah, like all these crazy suicides.
Like something crazy, and they're like, "Yo, like, I reckon it's good to be forcing us to be doing all this."
He ain't pop, man.
Yeah, well,
I don't know. Like I don't know their coaching style. It's the guy. You saw the game, right? Was it? You saw?
I watched some of it. Yeah, I watched some of it. Yeah, I saw it like a.
Do they got more? Do they got is their team better than the Hawks?
Like talent wise,
right.
like they have. That's my whole point here is they have like names here, and like Kobe White is gonna come in. I think he's a good rookie. Like they got names out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Lauri's nice. Man.
Yeah, but low key, like it feels like the Hawks might be the one making the push this year because Trae Young and John Collins and
DeAndre Hunter.
Yeah, Trae Young had a good game.
Dropped 38 on him.
I was like simultaneously watching that game with the other one last night, and he pulled up from the logo. Like, I was telling E before the pod started, like I got mad respect for Young because he came in like we say Steph Curry influenced this generation of players, or whatever. I think he's the first player to come in from the draft and like try to like imitate Steph Curry's style, and he hasn't failed miserably. He's not Steph, he's not close to Steph, but he's one of the only. There's only a few players in the league still pulling up from the logo consistently. Like them for that, and Young is one of them right now. Yeah. So I wouldn't be like shocked if they slipped in the 8 seed or whatever. I just didn't put that expectation for them there.
Is that who's your you got any sleeper like dark horse for MVPs or
dark horse for MVP?
Yeah.
Would it be bad if I said Luka Doncic?
Yeah, that's ridiculous. That's not even a dark horse. I don't know what you call that shit.
Well, no. Check out my reasoning. No. My reasoning.
No. Ain't no reasoning, man.
No. Reasoning again is because all these teams, all these players are paired up, like we were talking about at the beginning.
First of all, we just said they might make the AC, and you talking about MVP.
You got one. With MVP, like typically you gotta win 50 games. You gotta do that.
It's early for Luka.
So you gotta do that first, then start looking at the stats.
I might start standing Luka. So I'm just fucking with y'all. I don't have.
Yeah, I was wrong. Luka was nice.
My since you brought it up, my serious MVP expectation is a Giannis repeat, just because like everybody else is paired. Everybody else is paired. Everyone's taking
How much of a case Kyrie has?
It's going to be hard because that team is not going to, because like when you're competing in the field with Giannis, right? Say the Bucks are a 60-win team this year again, and Giannis puts up the same stat line. That's an MVP.
Okay.
Yeah. So and I think it's kind of easy for Milwaukee to repeat that. Repeat what they did last year. Whereas Giannis and Harden and Westbrook are going to be figuring it out. LeBron and AD gonna be figured out.
Duos.
Yeah,
right.
Kawhi is, no matter how good he is, he's probably gonna be playing limited minutes most of the season. Like they're gonna take, as soon as they feel like they won the game, Kawhi sitting, PG's gonna get a lot of those minutes.
Right.
So I just feel like it's a perfect storm for a Giannis repeat. As far as dark horse, like I don't really know.
I think that's pretty solid reasoning.
Yeah, like
he's the only one that's technically
he's by himself. Well, Kyrie is by himself too.
Yeah, no, and I'm saying I think Kyrie's gonna put. I think Kyrie is. I think this will be the first year like people seriously consider him for MVP just because nights like like he just had in his debut. Especially without KD, he's gonna be looking to score.
You just don't believe he'll generate enough wins.
Yeah, I don't think there's gonna be enough wins there, but I think this might be one of his better seasons just because he
can get a scoring title.
Yeah,
easily,
and he looked like he was in his home state basically.
Yeah, he's Jersey, so that's nuts. So.
Like when he was playing, he looked. At home and play style because he just got to. It's not like when he was with the Celtics and you got to worry about Tatum and Brown and Hayward. Like he was just like He missed one shot. He ran right back to the 3-point line and took that bitch again.
Like, better get your own shot, baby.
Right?
I ain't setting you up.
He had some assists too. So, but I don't think he'll be generating the wins necessary for that. So,
well, my dark horse is the Joker.
Oh, you want Joker for it? Okay,
that's my dark horse.
Okay, hey, that's also he's in a good situation like Giannis. Yeah, because there's not a bunch. He doesn't have another superstar with him.
Right. I just don't. Yeah, that's one I'm. That's like if I won't be shocked if he win it.
That would be crazy too, because like he just don't look it at all.
Not at all.
Like,
not at all.
I saw the highlight of him like taking a small jump shot over somebody the other day. He just like looked at him, just like quick little pump fake or whatever, just jab step pump fake a couple of times.
That was against Whiteside. Whiteside.
It was somebody on the Blazers. I can't remember who, but it was like it looked like he was just like chilling. I
think Whiteside is standing in front of him like, hey, and he just shot over him like barefoot. I don't think he lifted off the ground. It's crazy.
And Rod, you with MVP, you thinking Giannis too, or are you like, or you got a dark horse? If you have a dark horse, because I don't really. Honestly.
No, I'm definitely feeling Giannis for a reason.
It is. I just don't see people repeating this in this era.
Well, Curry repeated.
Well, I'm saying right after that, it's like everybody taking turns.
Well, but we've been in a different. This season is much different than any other.
That's true.
That's true. As far as like, it's much different. What happened? Have the repeat MVPs this decade? LeBron went back to back in 12 and 13.
And it's Curry. That's it.
Curry. That's only okay. So Giannis.
Narrative journalism and all the media people going. I'm tired of both for him.
Harden feels he's been robbed. On several multiple occasions.
Well, he played with Westbrook now. Westbrook is definitely
eating some of his.
Westbrook had like 17 rebounds last night. I think. Right. So
Harden feels like he's been robbed like. At least 2 or 3 times.
Any all-star berths from players?
Trae Young,
Pascal.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, actually, probably. Yeah, definitely. I'm looking at Trae Young as an all-star this year, though. I think I like Trae Young a lot.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
and Luka went last year, didn't he?
As an all-star? Was he an all-star last year?
No, I don't think so. He gonna hit burst too.
But this in the West.
Never mind.
Because Lillard got a couple misses just because he in the West basically.
That's true. You're right.
Yeah.
Never mind. And Kawhi's back over there, so
right.
Yeah, you're right. Never mind.
What I wanted to look up, because we were just talking about Westbrook having the 17 rebounds. I wondered like what
16.
16. Yeah, I'm looking.
Still a lot.
Yeah, because I was wondering like, so what rebounds did Capella get? Because I'm wondering, because like Westbrook getting because I saw one rebound last night where Capella was down there and Westbrook, give me that shit.
Oh, you think he might be stat stealing?
No, not even that, but starting the break, like because I don't think did we talk about Westbrook and Harden on this podcast?
No,
we really didn't, did we?
No, we didn't talk about the dynamic.
Yeah, that's super important. They played their first game last night. I'm just looking for Capella real quick.
Part 8 rebounds.
Yeah, it was encouraging because it didn't go as bad as I thought it would. It's just with them on the floor together. Here's Clint Capella. Clint Capella had he still had 12.
All right, cool. That's a lot of rebounds on the team.
That's crazy though for Westbrook to be a point guard out rebounding Capella though. Like
right.
But yeah, the dynamic didn't look as bad as we thought. I think on the floor together they look strange because Harden still has that habit of just dribbling back and forth and under the leg. So when Westbrook is just standing in the corner, what did he shoot last night for 3? He was 3 for 7 on threes last night. Not bad. I don't think he's gonna.
That's great for Westbrook.
Yeah. For Westbrook, that's 42%. But I don't see him shooting 42%.
Not at all.
Year. But if he did, then technically he
shot better than Harden. That's crazy.
Yeah. Harden's field goal percentage last night was 12.5. No, that's his 3-point. My bad.
2 for 13. I
15 and a half. So Harden was 15% field goal percentage last night. But Harden and Westbrook works best in transition, basically. Right. And then when they stagger the minutes, when you have Harden and Westbrook, like that's the cool thing that Houston has in their favor right now. Is like at all points during the game, you either have Harden on the floor or you have Westbrook. That's an underrated asset.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I think they need to definitely leverage that because because then they'll be able to do what they do without having to worry about the other person.
They need to leverage the hell out of that. The whole thing, like I said, I don't get on Westbrook about getting the rebounds because when he got the fast break last night, there was 2 specific plays where he draw all the defense in on the fast break and kick it out for 3.
Yeah, I saw the one.
He's playing with more shooters right now than he ever has.
Yeah.
So
like candy out there, man.
Yeah, so they have some good things going for them. It's just I still have to see the heart when they play together, on the floor. I still need to see that.
And Harden ain't not gonna have this type of shooting night consistently.
Yeah, he's not gonna shoot like trash like this. Yeah, this was
the fact that y'all lost by less than 10 with Harden shooting like that is a good sign.
Because normally like them quote unquote bad shots he takes, they go in. So it's gonna take games to see what they look like on the floor together. But right now they have at least 2 good things going for them. So
that's good, man.
And I picked Houston as my 4th seed. So I think we're at an hour now. I think that pretty much covers everything. If y'all have any final thoughts, y'all can let them fly. Lakers, Magic.
Is Chris Paul getting traded this year? Or he's staying put?
His contract too big to move.
Okay, how is he going?
Not only that, OKC is going to want some kind of assets for him, and you're
right.
They're going to be like, we got a bag of chips and some.
There's just nobody in position that really. There's nobody in position for that big contract and a waning player. Like, what's crazy as hell right now, since we now see Tyler Hero, the Thunder wanted him when they were talking about sending Chris Paul to the Heat this summer. They wanted Tyler Hero.
I think they wanted him in Winslow. Ooh. Double no. So
fuck, were they smoking?
Yeah, right.
Just based off of age, you don't do that.
Yeah, right.
Just based off of age.
That was it.
I mean, it sounded like they had the right idea, but it wasn't going to happen.
Right.
Oh, your boy Mike Conley. He was
trash.
He
was trash.
He had like 2. Did he even have a field goal?
We had 5 points.
So if y'all don't know,
wasn't he like one? They hit like one shot.
I don't know, man.
1 for 16.
All this Jazz hype.
Hold on, who did they play?
I know it's just one game, quote, but come on, man.
So Jazz and Thunder played the other day. The Jazz got the dub. I know you're not high on Mike Conley at all. That's the only reason I'm bringing that up. And because I was watching part of that game. I think the Portland was at halftime as this one was like ending, and Mike Conley had played 27 minutes. He had 5 points. I can't pull up his field goal percent, but it was like he was bricking everything.
Yeah, it was bricks.
Hopefully he was just cold, but he's supposed to be a positive thing for the Jazz. All right. I know you don't see it yet, but he's supposed to be a positive thing for the Jazz. It's a bad game, man.
Well, they still won the game, so I think they can just move on.
Mitchell 32.
He's not going to believe it till he sees it with Conley. But that was supposed to be like a really big deal this summer. They got him.
They probably don't slept on team this season, apparently.
Say what?
The Jazz.
You said this was.
I heard. A lot of people saying they're gonna be the most slept on team this year.
Right. Yeah, they didn't have a good preseason, but again, like Charles Barkley said, it's mostly like he said last night. He said some shit like it's waiters, like table waiters and shit like that playing in preseason. They go back to their job. So he's like, he don't put no stock in that. So
okay, cool.
Yeah. He don't give a fuck. He told Klay Thompson to his face last night, like their window is shut. You didn't see that at halftime? He told him
disrespect straight to his face.
Because Klay Thompson, he was giving a politically correct answer, like, we got some young guys here, and I think like they can hold it down. And Charles was like, well, first of all, I think you're wrong. He's like,
I think the window is shut. He doesn't want in.
But I respect Charles for that, though.
Everybody had the same, after that game, everybody had the same type of vibe.
I respect Charles because, it was halftime. He called that shit too.
Because he said that Steph can get you 30, D'Angelo can get you 20, Green will get you 10, 15, but then where's the rest of the scoring coming from?
Hey, I respect Charles because other commentators would sit up there and have Klay Thompson feed them nothing. They'd be like, just shake their head and absolutely. Like, nah, Charles, like that shit out of here.
I saw Kenny was like, I still believe the Warriors are 7-8. Kendrick Perkins retweeted like 7-8. Draft pick. That was funny, man. That was hilarious, man.
Oh shit! I'm not giving up on the Warriors yet.
Me either. But it's just one game.
They have a steep hill to climb in the West.
Oh, yeah. It's gonna be a dog.
Because like we haven't even gotten to the point where like Steph and D'Angelo have to deal with like Paul George and shit.
Yeah,
like
elite teams and stuff.
Yeah, elite teams with like size. We haven't gotten to that part yet. So. Wait, what were you gonna say?
Because I was gonna say, even though preseason doesn't count, we saw what happened when they played LA when they didn't have any size.
Yeah, right. It looked like it was like a JV like varsity game or like scrimmage like that. All right, so I pretty much believe that's it. This is gonna be an entertaining season. Hopefully, we can have y'all back on here every week because there's gonna be stuff to discuss every single week. There is games to watch every single night. Even if it's not a contending team, like there's rookie matchups to watch. There's seeding position, all that. So. Yeah, this has been hopefully the first of many podcasts during the season, and we will see y'all next Saturday.